what an exponential equation generally looks like, right? So this A will be replaced by a number, and this B will also be replaced by a number. The only thing that would stay the same is this Y and this X. Now this Y can change also depending on, for me it would have been followers. So the number of followers would be, do you remember what that first number was? Remember what 5 was? Yeah, that first number, the number without the exponent attached, that is whatever number you started with. I started with 5 followers. That's why I had a 5 before the 2. Yeah, that number, whatever it might be, that's the number you start with. Good. So this other letter here is a B, but in your equations, it'll be a number. This number, now that number could be a whole number, it could be a fraction, it could be a decimal. This number could be a lot of different things. It'll be a number. But what it is your rate of change. What did you have to multiply by each time? Because I was doubling my followers, I multiplied by 2. But that would be my rate of change. I multiply by 2 each time. So let's talk a little bit more about that rate of change. Bang. So that rate of change is the number you multiply by over and over and over again. When I was doubling my followers, I was multiplying by 2 over and over and over again. Every week I would multiply by 2. Next week, multiply by 2. Next week, multiply by 2. That was my rate of change. That's what I multiply by every single time. Okay, good. Now, if this number is over 1, that means I'm growing. When you multiply a number by anything bigger than 1, if you multiply a number by 1.1, you're going to make that number bigger. You multiply a number by 1.5, you're going to make that number bigger. Multiply by 2, you make that number bigger. When you multiply by 1, nothing changes. So when this number, this rate of change is bigger than 1, we have a name for that. Exponential growth. When this number B, when your rate of change is bigger than the number 1, if I multiply anything by a number bigger than 1, 1.1, 1.4, I'm making that number bigger. So my total is going to keep getting bigger. The more I multiply by a number bigger than 1, the more it's going to get bigger. It's going to keep doing what? Growing. Yeah. So exponential growth is when that rate of change is bigger than 1. Now, we don't have to grow. What if I wanted to cut something in half? Could you multiply a number by something to cut it in half? Yep, 0.5 or 1/2, and I would decrease that number by half. What if I multiply that number by half again? Decrease some more. What if I multiply by half again? Decrease some more. Yeah, like percentages. What if I wanted 80% of something? Wouldn't I multiply it by 0.8, and wouldn't that shrink my original number? What if I wanted to shrink it again? Shrink it again and multiply by 0.8 and 0.8 and 0.8. I'm getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There's a name for that too. Yeah, it's called exponential decay. Decay is sort of like decomposition. It's kind of just wilting away and getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. So if I continue to decrease something, it's decaying. Yeah. So when this number is bigger than 1, we grow. When this number is smaller than 1, we shrink or decay. Yeah, there's one more thing in this equation to talk about. That exponent, yeah, let's get to it. So that exponent is the thing that's going to change. It's how many times we're going to repeat our multiplication. It usually has a lot to do with time, but not always, right? So that exponent is how many times you're going to repeat your multiplication. Remember when I was doubling followers, I did it once every week. So what if I did it for 14 weeks? I would have to multiply by 2 14 times. And I will put that 14 there as an exponent to remind me I got to multiply by 2 14 times. We got calculators to do that stuff though. Listen, all of this is going to make a whole lot better sense, I promise, after the practice problems. You got to check out the practice problem after this video. You know the drill. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching this one though. I'll see y'all next time. Don't forget the practice problems. Bye-bye.